What's up, guys? It's Jay, more than Afterkill, and I'm back here on Gotham City Impostors. And you all know that I am from the great, in quotation marks, the great state of New motherfucking Jersey. And we all know that New Jersey is home to some weird fucking people. And some weird shit happens in New Jersey. And every now and then, I like to make videos about the weird fucking stories that I read about New Jersey. Because it is a fucked up world, and it's a fucked up life. And you know what? New Jersey is a fucked up state. So let's go and talk about this fucking news story that I was so graciously treated to when I opened up the goddamn motherfucking Times today. So let me read you the first opening line of this thing, because this is quite possibly one of the worst fucking stories that I'm gonna cover on these New Jersey weird stories. So listen. A woman who previously admitted blacking out from drug use decapitated her 2-year-old son and put his head in her home freezer before killing herself. Let me say that again. She decapitated her 2-year-old son and put his head in the motherfucking freezer. What? What? Where the fuck do people get off on doing this shit? Like, how the fuck do you even get that fucking thought in your head that it's like, you know, I'm gonna cut somebody's head off, stick it in the freezer, and then kill yourself? Now, before I go into any more of this story, I want to tell you a little bit of the backstory that's behind this. So let's look at this. It says, this woman lost custody of this kid in 2010 after allegedly leaving the boy as a baby unattended in a car while she went to a nearby park and smoked marijuana laced with PCP and passed out on a park bench. She lost custody of this child, and now she has custody of her son back, which, after 5 months of regaining her custody, she kills the child and puts his head in the fucking freezer. Now, before we get into who's to blame on this, number one, I'm gonna say as one thing, like a human rule that should be possible out there, you know, I know people that have committed suicide. I have been around that in my entire life. I've known about 3 or 4 people that have committed suicide. And you know what? That's your choice. If you feel that you need to commit suicide, that your life is not worth living, I am not gonna fucking hold that against you. But you know what I will hold against you? Why the fuck do you gotta kill a kid so you can kill yourself? Like, do you really have to put yourself in that bad of a situation before you want to kill yourself? So obviously your situation wasn't as bad as you thought. If you had to kill your child before you could bring yourself to kill yourself, which shows how much of a selfish motherfucking prick you are. And I don't feel bad whatsoever for this motherfucking woman. I feel bad for the child. But you know what? It's not her fault. And you guys are going to be like, what? What? Why aren't you blaming her? You know what? It's her fault, technically, you know, as a cause and effect type of deal. Yeah, it's her fault. But you know who I'm going to blame? I'm going to put the blame on child services for giving this woman her child back. It's obvious that this woman cannot take care of anybody other than her fucking self, because she's not doing a very good job of taking care of her own goddamn self. The bitch admittedly, you know, left the fucking newborn child in the car and went to a park to smoke fucking PCP. If that right there doesn't tell you, like, who the fuck shouldn't have a kid, maybe you shouldn't be working with child motherfucking services, because that right there is a huge recipe for not having a kid. In my opinion, if somebody says, hey, I left my kid in the car, you know, automatically I think, man, you're a bad fucking parent, you know? Nobody should leave kids in a fucking car. When you say, I left a kid in the car to go smoke some PCP, I want to punch you in the motherfucking face now. And you know what? I feel bad for the entire family of this kid, because it's like the entire family could have actually, you know, taken care of this fucking kid rather than this kid having to die because the mother wanted to kill herself. She had to kill the kid to justify taking her own fucking life. That right there is a scumbag. That right there is a piece of shit. And that right there is a person that does not deserve to have kids. And that right there is a person that probably shouldn't have kids. And which is why I still say, possibly in this world, some people should be barred from having kids. I said it. I'm going to leave it at that. Because I want to make that another commentary sometime in the future. I'll discuss that. It gets really, really political and really judgmental with how I go about my thinking about some people should be, like, you know, physically not able to have kids. They should be, you know, legitimately fucking sterilized so their genes don't get passed on. But that's a fucked up situation right there, and that's getting a really, really, really borderline on the fucking, you know, whole goddamn socialism, capitalism, fucking new world order, totalitarianism. We're not gonna go right into that because I don't like to talk about fucking politics. But you know what? When you're fucking hearing about a kid that gets his head chopped off, head stuffed in the freezer, and then his mom kills himself, sometimes you think, you know, some humans don't have the responsibility of owning kids, well, not owning kids, of having kids. The fucking, how beautiful it is to have a kid without wanting to fucking kill your goddamn kid. It's fucked up, it really is. And it's a fucked up world, it's a fucked up life, and I live in a fucked up state. My name's Jay, more than after kill. Make sure you guys rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys later.